Have you had, or what has been your interaction with Tom Brady over the years?
You know, he signed a ball for my son. He's the rival. He's from the team up north, Wolverine. He knows that. I know that. Charles Woodson, by the way, is a dear friend. But I don't know Tom like that. You know, I used one of his quotes this year quite often. I sent him after they won that Super Bowl last year, as one of the greatest performances I've ever seen. And I just have always admired his leadership. To say that we know each other very well, we don't. We met each other a few times, and I just, any question about who's the greatest of all time, I think that gets answered very quickly.
I do too. Hey, when you think about when you're coaching, you always look to people, right? You always, okay, you talked about going to see Belichick. Let me go back to that. What is one thing you took from Belichick watching his practices? You know, I assume Brady was there when you were going.
It changed my life. It was 2006. Spring of 2006, I got invited up there, and it was right after the Ohio State the Florida Gators, Billy Donovan, won the national title, and he invited me in the locker room. I had two monumental opportunities that really changed my outlook on how I approach things. And then Bill Belichick became a very good friend and invited me up there, and I watched Mike Vrabel, Willie McGinnis, Teddy Bruschi, and Tom Brady, and that whole group of players, and many more than that. And I was blown away at, here's Mike Vrabel and Bruschi running down full speed on scout team for kickoff when they're doing practice and kickoff return. The selflessness, the team first approach, and the intensity. Tom Brady would walk in there and he would actually run the clicker. Josh McDaniels sits next to him. And Tom Brady's running the meeting and kind of jumping on the offensive lineman. The right guard stepped the wrong foot and Tom Brady corrected it. And I went back and to my team, and that was our message. That was the, how Belichick created. He has a big saying, do your job. And his meetings are pretty tough. He holds people accountable. He has alignment amongst his coaching staff, which, if you had to say what's the number one thing, when you walk in the facility of the New England Patriots, it's all about championships. It's all about winning. If that doesn't fit your job description, you don't last very long.